Hello, my name is Sahan De Alwis. I'm a civil engineering major at University of Maryland, College Park, and I'm also an SGC student. Um, for my for my practicum, I decided to intern at EPA Fort Meade. I found this experience very beneficial in terms of providing me insight on what an employed life would be like, and also introducing me to various scientific terms, notably biofilm. Essentially, biofilm is when bacteria adhere to surfaces, um, usually in a moist environment, by excreting a slimy glue-like substance. It's the plaque in your teeth, the gunk that clogs up pipes, the coating on rocks in rivers and streams. Essentially, wherever there's moisture and a surface, you're bound to find biofilm. Um, in terms of the activities I was responsible for at EPA, this included taking a 24-hour lab safety exam. This exam is mandated for all government scientists, including members of the FDA, EPA, CDC, you name it. Um, Also, getting into the lab work, I also assisted in the lab, which meant preparing food for biofilm, handling the biofilm cultures, administering detergents to counteract the biofilm, and also gathering results for the experiment. I also helped prepare the results for the presentation. So, a brief history on biofilm. For centuries upon centuries, microbiologists have been concerned about bacteria, but they've only thought of them as individuals, never as a team working together for common purpose. It was not until this phenomenon was recognized by Claude Zobel, an American bacteriologist, who noticed a rapid increase in the number of bacteria coating the surface of his lab beakers. Um, Such is the nature of biofilm. Whenever there's moisture in the surface, bacteria like to let it clump together and repopulate rapidly. If enough has accumulated, individual bacteria will separate and go to repopulate other areas. Um, the nature of biofilm is very important to understand to solve many of today's problems. Brief summary of the site I was working in. This branch of the EPA is focused on um, environmental protection in the microbial state. And in terms of the type of bacteria we were dealing with, the species is known as Pseudomonas aeruginosa. It's known to be quite harmful to animals, including humans, which meant this study was of utmost importance. And our primary goal was to test the effectiveness of a multitude of disinfectants on these cultures of biofilm. Whichever disinfectant killed the most at the end of the experiment will be regarded as the winner. The impact at EPA Fort Meade really opened my eyes to how big a responsibility nation scientists have. As an engineer, I solve problems. I design technology to make human life easier, but without someone to address the problems, to tell me what I'm working with, I'll never be able to do so. And so this opportunity was very very beneficial, I would say. And I also ran into a bit of issues in the site, um, such as the lab safety exam that I mentioned earlier. This meant countless hours of reading um, to complete this exam. um, I had assistance, of course, yet it really affected the amount of lab time that I had left. Also, the lab work was extremely tedious. This isn't your everyday chemistry, high school chemistry class lab. The room for error is very high, extremely high, especially when dealing with these tiny, tiny organisms. Um, if if one batch is spoiled, the entire experiment has to be recalibrated. It's redone, um, and we had to start from scratch. Um, Contamination was also the biggest threat, since we were dealing with Pseudomonas aeruginosa, very aggressive type of biofilm. We had to be of the utmost cautious, and we had to be very careful. And This experience was out of this world. I really enjoyed my time there, and although I have no current plans of returning, they have assured me that should I come, I could always be part of a research report. Should I help with further lab work? For this opportunity, I have to thank my site supervisor, Ms. Rebecca Pines, who's with me in the lab, teaching me all that she knows. How to operate the top of the notch technologies. Also, my lab safety supervisor, Ms. Susan Shin. She taught me all that she knows to help me finish the lab safety exam, aiding me through the process. And also the director of the EPA Division for Microbiology, Miss Susan Lawrence, who graciously granted me this opportunity to intern here. And I'd also like to thank my SGC professors, Dr. Holtz and Dr. Mark, for instilling my passion and finding newer and sustainable technologies to revitalize the environment. Thank you.